Well, it's moving on to Tuesday's racing after a very successful day on Monday here for Clocking the Gallop fans. In fact, I just tweeted momentarily the Ghost Riders' great success today. We've got Nino Podesta on, but Nino, before we talk about racing in Quebec on Tuesday on the Polytrack, we can scream from the rooftops about today's Ghost Rider performance. I noticed both best bets arrived, and I was the doubting Thomas that said that Flower of Saigon would beat Magical Midlands. Well, who am I to speak? Because Magical Midlands, which is at one stage at 4-1, and I think paid R4.50 a win on the tote, trounced Flower of Saigon. And then obviously Captain Tatters won, so that was both best bets in. The PA returned a profit of over 550%. Most importantly, in the Ghost Riders PA of 243 Rand, if you just extricated the pick six for 81 Rand, he caught the pick six, which paid just short of 9,000 for 81 Rand. So whoever was on the Ghost Rider selections today is sitting in the pound seats.
Good evening, Nico. Yes, absolutely. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a great follower of the Ghost Rider. And by the way, you haven't noticed that he actually tipped every winner on the card in his first four selections.
No, I did tweet that as well. What I didn't tweet, though, was the fact that in the second race, I think it was, he tipped the boxed quartet for 24 Rand, and it paid, I think, 1,500 or something like that.
Paid 1,300. Like I said, I follow his selections.
Oh,
he
so
was
you know
absolutely brilliant, Nico. And and this is testimony to what we do here at Clocking the Gallop, and it's one reason and one reason only is that we've got independent people tipping their special centers.
Yeah.
And that is why we have such a great success in on the show. And we know that there are people out there trying to tip. One guy is trying to tip all the centers. That doesn't work. The way we're doing it, I think, is the perfect way. And, we're head and shoulders above anything else that I've seen.
Well, yeah, we can sing our praises. The other good thing is that certainly I've noticed we can have a couple of off days, but we're soon back on track because the pressure's on from all sides. You want to beat your contemporaries within, internal rivalry, if you want to call it that, between us. I mean, you want to keep up with everyone. I mean, we all have our bad days. There's no two ways about that, but we recover pretty quickly. And the Ghost Rider today would be a hard act to follow for the rest of this week, but he set the tone for the week as the Ghost Rider, and we hope to continue that winning formula as we move into Tuesday.
Nico, I've said it before again. I think that's a good thing when someone sets the standards like this. It puts us under pressure, but I believe it's good pressure. I mean, we're all in it together. We all work for the same channel or show. And I don't know the Ghost Rider, but I think he's been absolutely brilliant. But in saying that, Fairview and Neil on Saturday in Turfentine, I mean, you took the 008 at 6 or 7 to 1, and your price booster arrived with the one at the back. Very unlucky not to win. Dark Fate, I believe it was.
Yeah, Dark Travel it was a bit unlucky.
Dark Travel.
Yeah, but unlucky.
And on Friday, you actually won the people some money by adding Bold Diva in their bipod. I mean,
yes, yeah.
That bipod paid, and by the way, Danilo was scratched, and we only had Winter Tango there. So if they bank it, Winter Tango, and they bank it the first two that we advise them to do, the bipod would have cost absolutely nothing, and it paid 900 Rand. So I think we're setting the standards here.
Well, it's excellent news for the Ghost Rider today. I'm very happy with that. I've been at the sales ground. So one thing I can tell you, here it is, Bloodstock South Africa, is that the August 2-year-old sale is on Friday and Saturday. Neil Andrews will be putting up a video later today with some interesting interviews that we did today. But obviously, there's a lot of racing people there from around the country. So I hope to catch up with some Quebec trainers for Friday's meeting. and then hopefully with some people from Cape Town for Wednesday's meeting and people from Joburg for Thursday's racing. So stay tuned to the channel because we do get snippets of information from people, and that'll add to what we actually like on the day. But I do want to move along, Nino, because we have got your selections. And then later on at the tail end of the show, I want people to stay tuned because I did speak to Nino on Friday about his private tipping line, which is starting. And we'll give people information on that at the end of the show. So do stay tuned until the end of this particular show where we'll give you the contact details to get hold of Nino for his private tipping service going forward. Nino, just want to point out it is on the Polytrack, and 8 races are carded, with the first off at 12:30, which means the bipod starts off in race 1. And I don't think there have been too many changes. There are 2 scratchings, both of them in race 3. Number 7, Grace Lightning, and number 9, Aqua Berry, are both scratched in the 3rd race. And I'll go through the rest of the changes as we go through it. So the track condition is standard, and they've had about 50 millimeters of rain in the last 7 days. But yeah, let's start off in the first race of the day. Race 1 on the card. And there it is, a maiden plate over 1,000 meters. And here, Swing the Willow is the top selection for Warren Kennedy and Gavin Smith. And this horse, the ex-Sean Tarry inmate, is going to run on the Polytrack for the first time. And you think it's the horse to beat?
Nico, another selection for me, Swing the Willow. I think that form that he brings from the high part is quite strong. But in saying that, I do believe that he's going to get a run from number 2, Key as well. 2 solid runs on the Poly behind Own Your Fate and the Blank Max. Just a word of advice, if people want to take it, I know Swing the Willow is a very short favorite, but my only concern is that Sean Terry's horses that have come to PE from the IFL have not had a good record first time out. I cannot think of one that's come from Sean Terry to PE and won first time out. But in saying that again, this is a very weak maiden field, and the form that he brings behind Summer, Sound of Summer, Winter Stories, Global Ransom, and even the last run behind Master Archie, that form line has been cranked. I think Master Archie has come out to win again.
I think he's a bleeder because he bled and was suspended probably for the mandatory time with a bilateral epistaxis, because I liked him last time out. He ran in that race against Master Archie. Well, obviously we liked Master Archie to win, but we gave Swing the Willow a chance. And he ran well below par, and no surprise for that, because he bled and he was suspended. So provided that they've got the issue sorted out, he's got to be a massive runner. But you did say the danger is the locally trained Kers Var for Suzette Viljoen. 3rd, you've given to the 4 Sovereign Supreme, who I see is wearing pacifiers for the first time. And 4th to number 3, Chocolate.
That's correct. That's my first 4 selections. I do believe Sovereign Supreme could run a much improved race.
Yeah, I see compression masks go on both 2 and 3. So Kers Var and 3 Chocolate both have compression masks on in race number 1. Right, let's go on to the second race. By the way, Swing the Willow is 11 to 10 is the price in the first race that I pick up on Swing the Willow.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise the people to rush into that horse. If it wins, it wins, Nico. Like I said, Sean Terry's horses have not got a good record in PE. I don't know how come, but I can name like Ruby Woo and In Full Bloom, and there's been many others that have come to PE and they've actually struggled down there. So let's see how this one goes. But we'll give this one the benefit of the doubt because it is a very weak maiden race.
Okay, on to the second race. It's a merit rated 75 handicap, 1,000 meters the trip. And in race 2, the jockey changes for number 9, Elegant General, who is now ridden by Robert Carty. In fact, he was riding it, but it's just an overweight, actually. It's +half for Robert Carty on Elegant General. And that's the change in the second race. Yeah, you're tipping number 3 to win it. So you're going for Kingston Rock for Alan Treff and Greg Sheen to beat home Iron Henry the 1.
Yeah, I believe Iron Henry's favourite again. Nico, I know his poly runs are very good. He's had 2 runs on the poly and he won both of them. But You know, that last run was just too bad to be true. I don't see any excuses in the computer form. I mean, 18 lengths behind is just too bad. We're going to see it could be much better on the poly, but I think that Kingston Rock is a horse to beat here. You know, drawn two, Greg Sheen on the stable came to form on Friday with 3 or 4 winners. He ran the second to Alpha Papa, and he ran beyond Regimental and Stranger Danger. And I believe those are much stronger opponents than what Iron Henry has run behind. So to me, Kingston Rock, the one to beat. Iron Henry, good polyform. Let's just, if you ignore the last run, to me it was just too bad to tip him. Let's see if he can come back to form. The improver could be Rock the Caswell.
Yeah, Rock the Caswell ran a good first up race down in that province when it ran on the Polytrack, but didn't follow up in the run to Winter Vacation, ran below par. I see the tongue ties come off. They put the blinkers on Rock the Caswell. And then the horse, the 4, also could be the improver, Magic Blaze, drawn 1. He's a fast horse, this. And Warren Kennedy rides. So I'm expecting him to improve from his last 3 starts, actually. Magic Blaze.
Yeah, by the way, Rock the Caswell ran over the 12 last time. He's back over the 1,000, and I think he's got the blinkers on.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's at 3-1-7 and 4 in the second race of the day. On to the 3-year-olds, Maiden Plate, the third race at 1,600 meters. Race 3, as I mentioned, 7 and 9 are scratched in the third race. Those are the changes there. Let's go to your selection here. You're tipping the 1 Arctic Advance, and in fact, you're tipping it very strongly. I think you've made it one of your best bets for the day.
Yeah, well, Nico, if this horse doesn't win tomorrow, it will never win. In actual fact, I'm so confident that it will win that I think the exact is there. I think 1 will be 2, and then maybe anything for 3rd and 4th. But definitely, they will run 1 and 2. 1 will beat number 2. I cannot see this horse getting beat.
Okay, that's a very strong selection there. Arctic Advance to beat Constellation Code. Third, you've gone for the Sharon Kotzen runner, Lord Admiral. I spoke to Greg Kotzen actually today because he was around at the sales, and he said they're not expecting any great shakes from any of their runners from the Kotzen stable tomorrow. He said they'll be happy with anything that runs in, but Lord Admiral's having its first run for them and is wearing blinkers for the first time. So it could be an improver, but he didn't seem too confident on the Kotzen runners, or certainly the Sharon Kotzen runners tomorrow. Global Tiger, you've tipped for 4th. Look, if you're tipping Global Tiger for 4th, you're really scrambling for anything to tip for 4th, because that had one very poor run at Durbanville.
Yeah, but save all the rest. I mean, look at the horse. Remember, 7 and 9 is scratched.
Yeah, yeah.
So Justina has run 2 races, 31 lengths and 16 lengths beyond the.
No, I know it looks very weak, but Arctic Advance is a best bet, and let's just have a look at the price. It's 1 to 4, so it shouldn't lose. 1 to 4 Arctic Advance is one of the best bets of the day. Okay.
Like I said, first and second is easy. The run 1 will be 2. Anything can run 3rd and 4th. If you've got horses with form like that, you know, I'm just going with the 6. Comes from Cape Town. I think that could improve. The rest are very, very mediocre, average maidens.
Okay, on to the 4th race. This is a fillies and mare 65 handicap. When I see fillies and mare 65, it spells danger. 1,600 meters is the trip. There's a few equipment changes there. Number 2, Karen Blixen has a compression mask, with number 7, Autumn Sky, a compression mask. Earmuffs go on the 11, Sheba Darling, and those are the changes there. This obviously is a lot tougher to sort out, but you're going as a I think a value bet for Noble Princess. You've got Robert Carty, who has ridden very well for Cliffy Miller. They've had 7 occasions where they've teamed up together for a win, a second, and 3 thirds. So 5 out of the 7 rides that Carty's had for Cliffy Miller, he's run up into the money. So he rides this horse, Noble Princess. You're expecting better things from?
I'm expecting her to run an improved race, but like you say, this is a very open race. Karen Blixen has just turned 3, carrying 59 kilos. Could be a bit too much for her. Not to say she can't win it. She could probably win it, but I do believe this is an open race. I'm going for a bit of value. if this horse Noble Princess comes back to that run, 3 runs back when it ran third to Alaskan Fate and second to New Bell, she did beat To the Max in Durban at around 14, 16 to 1. This could be a horse for a bit of value, and definitely a horse to include in all exotics, PAs, pick sixes, and jackpots. And then I've gone for Colin Blixen to run second. Abia's got a chance. I've tipped that third. And then I've tipped number 5 for fourth, which is I Love Member. I don't know the distance. I'm a bit concerned about the distance. I would have preferred I Love Member over the 1300. But on breeding, he shouldn't have a problem with the 1600.
Okay, so that's a tough race, but it is Nino's selection, the 6 Noble Princess. I was looking at the price here, 14 to 1 is Noble Princess over here in race number 4. 6 to 12.5, the selection there. As we move on to race number 5, and this is a merit-rated 68 handicap over 1900 meters, the 5th race of the day. Here, there are no changes to report. And your selection in race 5 is number 3, Imperious Duke, who ran so well last time out. And in fact, has been a model of consistency for Gavin Smith. And this one here tipped to win. So Imperious Duke, your top selection.
Yeah, Nico, I like this horse. He's got solid form, no problem with the distance. He's got the beating of Bucker, which I believe is the second favorite, but behind Take the World, he's got the beating of this. And I believe that the only runner that can give him a run for his money will be number 7, Homer Fidget, providing that he sees out the distance. I don't think he's ever run the 1900. He was very unlucky last time. He was far back when the Ryan Munger rode it. But he did finish well, and with Richard Fourie, if he sees out the 1900, I think that's the only horse that can give Imperious Duke a run for his money. Like I said, on breeding, by Go Deputy, he shouldn't have too much of a problem over the 1900.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, Go Deputies run over, 2 miles. I'm just going to have a quick look to just try and see what the mother did. I know it's a daughter of Cahal, Fancy Flutter.
Yeah, that's where the stamina limitation could come from. I know Cahal are best over 14, 16, but you know, the horse has never been 1900. On the father side, he shouldn't have a problem with it. And let's just see how he goes tomorrow.
Yeah, we tend to be running on all the time over the shorter trips. So there we go. That's the selection for that race. That was race 5, 3, 7, 2, and 8 from Nina's perspective. Imperious Duke ahead of Homer Fidget. Okay, on we move to race 6, a conditional graduation over 1200 meters. Just before I do that, I've looked at Fancy Flutter. Fancy Flutter herself won at 3 years old over 1600 meters, and she was placed 3 times from only 5 starts. She has produced Tombola, the horse that runs down in KwaZulu-Natal. Tombola was by Irish Flame, who's won 4 times up to a mile. So it does look like it could be a bit limited on the dam side, but let's hoping that Go Deputy can throw a bit of stamina into the pedigree. You see, Tombola's by Irish Flame, who also was a Derby winner, was Irish Flame. So
Irish Flame.
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
So Irish Flame produced Tombola. That was the sire of Tombola, and Go Deputy is the sire of Homer Fidget. So, yeah, you could argue that the stamina, there might be stamina limitations, but I think just judging on the way that it runs with Richard Fourie, and he'll be giving it its utmost. And, you know, I think it might well see out that 1900.
Yeah, you're probably correct, Nico, and let's hope so. And then I would be very confident in just 3 and 7 flat in all the exotics. I mean, pick sixes and jackpots.
On to the 6th race here. Blinkers go on number 6, Stage Dance. No tongue tie for number 8, Torero. Those are the changes for our 6th race, which, as I mentioned, was a conditional graduation. And here you are on the 4 Valetorio, the ex-Cornet Spice runner, blinker strike here, Valetorio, wearing blinkers for the first time. And you're wanting to tip that first.
I have tipped it, but also another race where a couple of horses have got chances here. Let's just first start with this horse that's been priced up as favourite in the race, number 1, Herodotus.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how they came to that pricing. I believe it's far too short for this horse. Look, we've known horses, stayers that have been winning over 1,200 meters, but that's on tough courses like Kenilworth 1200s and that. On this fast Polytrack, I just can't see this horse having the speed to go with these. You know, Nico, not for me tomorrow. I think they're prepping this horse for maybe bigger things and longer distances in the future. So that's that. I can't tip a horse like that to be not on the Polytrack. If it was maybe a 1200 on the turf, maybe it could have had a chance. I'm going for Valetorio. I know they backed it last time, blinker strike. He's on the Poly tomorrow, over the 1200, and I think he's going to run a much improved race. Warwick Kennedy up, and yeah, like you say, blinker strike.
Okay, and I noticed you've tipped Nafa for second, the ex de Kock runner that used to be with Mike de Kock Nafa. I think he's going to have a chance here.
Yeah, well, you know, he's going to be looking at the starting stall and looking, and there's no express from the US or Tropic Sun there. So if you ignore those 2 runs, behind Slalom Queen and Bold Ransom and Captain Hindsight, that's one, and Basilius. This horse just needs to come back to his best, and let's hope that John now did some homework there.
Yeah, so you've
and he's right drawn 1, Richard Fourier. Could be a nice horse.
And you're tipping 5 and 6. Now I know Neil Andrews liked Stage Dance last time out, and you try to convince him that Regimental, it couldn't beat Regimental, but he kept on with Stage Dance. But I see you've tipped that for 4th.
Yeah, I didn't give it a chance last time out, Nico, but let's see. I tipped it for 4th because I think maybe that's the best that it can run, this 4th.
Okay, so 4, 2, 5, and 6 in the 6th race. I want to move on to race 7, which runs at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. In race 7, which is a Pinnacle Stakes race. Let's just have a quick look and see. What have we got changes here? Just blinkers go on number 7, Dubula. Blinkers on the 7 here, Dubula. Your selection is number 1, who you're going for, Global Drummer, and why not? I mean, he's just a model racehorse, isn't he? What a pleasure to own for Mauritian owner Vicky Viramutu, and we've always been big Global Drummer fans, haven't we?
Yeah, Nick, I think this is the best horse racing in PE at the moment. Giant of a horse. I think he must weigh about 600 kilos. Weight don't matter him. 1400, perfect distance. You know, he's put Ramzan on the horse because he knows it's such an easy horse to ride. Comes out, amazing gate speed, kicks again at the 200. No, I mean, I don't even want to. The only thing I haven't done on the show, I haven't put five stars next to. I forgot to put the 5 stars next to his name. You know, Global Drummer will win. No doubt about it. There's nothing here that's got a chance with this horse. And I'll be very disappointed if it doesn't. I think Earth Hour could run second, and then anything can run third and fourth.
Yeah, you took Earth Hour second. I think it's a natural second selection, Earth Hour, because of his good runs on the Polytrack. So Earth Hour second. Third, you've given to the 4, the Highway Man. And 4th to number 3, Barberton Silver. But I think you spot on there. Global Drum, I think he's in the region of 7 or 8 to 10. He's one of the banker bets for the day, according to Nino.
Yeah. Well, Nico, you know, I can't believe that, because when I sent you a message, or I think I sent Neil Andrews a message. The horse was 12 to 10 just yesterday, and now he's already, what did you say, 8.5 to 10?
Yeah, it's 8 to 10,
And,
7 to 10, 7.5 to 10.
So
Yeah.
that's even before the people listen to our show. I think he'll start 4 to 10 tomorrow, and quite rightly so.
Okay, let's move on to the last of the day. Race 8 is a merit-rated 68 handicap over 1,400 meters. In race number 8, just no changes to report actually here, so no changes whatsoever. And you're going for number 2, New Bell, for Gavin Smith and Warren Kennedy, to beat the 3, Life on Mars, and I think it runs in the same silks. So 2 and 3, New Bell and Life on Mars.
New Bell to beat Life on Mars, the 3rd to Tim Cat, and 4th to the Sands. Pick sixes, go as wide as you can. Just ignore the last round of New Bell. Came very wide on the bend, was never in the race. I think with Warren tomorrow will run an improved race. I've never been a fan of Life on Mars in Cape Town. Last time out behind Trickster, she ran a very good race. I was actually surprised straight out of the maidens. But I do believe that she's limited. 1,200, 1,300. This is a 1,400, and I think that extra 100 meters is going to catch this horse out. So I'm looking for something to beat it, Nico, and definitely a race where you have to go wide in the pick sixes and in the second jackpot.
Okay, so 2, 3, 5, and 10. You are advised to go as wide as possible in that race. We're going to move on to the bipots now and have a look at those in a second. How much are you spending on the bipot, Nino?
I'm spending for the people, for the show, it's 90 Rand, Nico.
Okay, so 90 Rand. Let's go and have a look at it now, see what Nino's going for here. Here's your bipot. You want to take us through it?
Yeah, the bipot, Nico, I'm taking a big chance in the first, because I believe it's a 2-horse race. So I've banked it through the Willow, but people that can afford a bigger perm, I would suggest they put number 2 in and maybe number 4, but definitely number 2. The second leg, I'm going number 1, Iron Henry, 3, Kingston Rock, and number 7, Rock the Castle. Third leg, Confident Banker, number 1, Arctic Advance. That's the third. The fourth leg, I'm putting 5 horses in. 2, 3, 5, 6, and 12. Number 2, Colin Blixen. 5, Arnold Mambo. Number 6, My Value Bet, Noble Princess. And number 12, A Beer. 2, 3, 5, 6, and 12. And then the next leg, I'm going only 3 and 7, Imperious Duke and Omer Fidget. And the last leg, I'm putting in number 2, Neifa, 4, Valatoria, and number 5, Inherit the Rain.
Okay, so that is a total of 90 Rand. It might be 180 if you want to put in the 2Ks VAR to back up Swing the Willow and the first leg, 180 Rand perm there. Your best bets is the short price Arctic Advance race 3, number 1, and the very consistent Global Drummer, who's now 7.5, 8 to 10 in race 7. And the value bet, as you heard from Nina, is race 4, number 6, Noble Princess. So, Nina, we've got a double header this week, Tuesday and Friday. As I said, I'll try and catch up with some Quebecer trainers during the course of the week to find out if they like anything on Friday. They're normally willing to talk. And last time we spoke to Gavin Smith, he tipped us a nice few winners. So I'm hoping that that we can get him on and chat to him about his horses. But I want to come now to what we spoke about earlier. Nina, it's been some time coming, but you've wanted to start your own private tipping service, and people can get the opportunity now to join that. And I'm just putting the slide up now. So if you're looking at joining Nino's private tipping service for Fairview Racing Tips, you're tipping it for 300 Rand monthly. So they'll get all the Fairview meetings covered in this. And all they have to do is to WhatsApp is it, what's his name? Is his name Hannes?
No, I only know him as Johan. I don't know what
Johan.
the H stands for.
Okay, so
Yeah, I've
Johan
always called
Kotzer, so
him.
Johan Kotzer's doing the banking and doing the WhatsApp numbers to run that for you. So the WhatsApp number you need to contact Johan on is 076 402 5863. Or if you want to email him, you email him on Kotzer, that's COETZER @live.co.za, and there are his banking details which you can take down. Capitec Bank savings account. So 300 Rand monthly. It's 300 Rand. It's the whole month or nothing, basically.
Yeah, Nico, I'm trying this out. I believe that I can. My aim is to establish a tipping site and get a group of loyal people. I believe I'm only going to be doing PE, so I'll be concentrating on PE. I will be giving them exclusive analysis of every race at all PE meetings, detailed bets, races to stay out of, races to get involved in, money to be made. And, Nico, I've always believed that one person, the biggest mistake people are doing is trying to tip, one person trying to tip all the meetings in South Africa. And I think that's a big downfall. I'm trying to change that and just giving it a trial run. I believe I can establish a successful tipping line. And yeah, I'm just reaching out to my subscribers or to my clients or people that are following me to support this. And I believe we'll be very successful.
Okay, so we wish you well on that. Let us know how it goes. I know that we love sharing great successes on the show in terms of tipping, whether it be for private people or just for us here on Clocking the Gallop. You'll still get your best information from Nino on this channel. But as Nino says, it'll be an extra service because it'll be tipping in more detail per race. And as the races come nearby, as they get closer towards it, Nino will give you more information. He'll be in constant contact with you. Nino, I wanted to wish you all the best for tomorrow's racing. I hope that those selections can follow up on the Ghost Riders, and we'll speak to you again on Thursday evening ahead of Friday's racing, and let's hope that we've got lots more to celebrate after tomorrow's racing.
Yes, Nico, let's hope so. And all the best to you as well, and keep well and stay safe at the sales.
Yes, we will.
Most important, remember, don't want you to get COVID again.
Yeah, no, we won't want to. Neil and I are being very safe. One last question. It's the Equus Awards tomorrow night. In your mind, who should get Horse of the Year?
I definitely, Nico Commetidung has to be right there, right at the top. The Horse of the Year.
Yeah, the Horse of the Year.
It can't be a filly.
Can be anything.
Okay. Either Commetidung, maybe a Ward of Athena. I think between one of those two.
Okay.
And you?
Yeah, well,
is a one.
No. So Malmoose. No, Malmoose would be one of the 3-year-olds that was involved in it. But I'm leaning towards Jet Dark. But the only reason is because of the Queen, the facile win in the Queen's Plate. Being a 3-year-old, not many 3-year-olds win the Queen's Plate, and also the victory at the end of the season to win the Champions Cup. Rainbow Bridge would have as follows, but it really is tight. Like you say, War of Athena. I mean, how great was she in the season? I actually bumped into Paul Matcher today walking around the sales, and Paul had a terrific season. I think he finished either 5th or 6th on the national trainers log, and he had a formidable season. So, you know what? Commetidung, Ashwin Reynolds, we've interviewed on the show. I'd love Ashwin to win it. Ashwin's a great mate. May the best horse win. Let's wait and see tomorrow night what happens at the Equus Awards.
Yeah, Nico, let the horse, the best horse. I'm sure that they'll pick the best horse.
Yeah,
let's go on merit. Like you said, I think there's only maybe 3, 4, 5 of them that could
Yeah.
possibly win it,
Oh, it's gonna be
including
great.
Jet Dog.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely great to follow. Anyway, look forward to seeing that, and we'll speak again later in the week. Thanks, Nino.
And thanks for promoting my tipping line. I really hope people get involved there, and thank you very much for that, Nico.
Pleasure. Take it easy. We'll speak later in the week.
Okay, thank you, Nico. Bye.